been around for more than 1,000 years. Originally, it was a religious observance. It became increasingly secular over the centuries until its religious trappings all but disappeared. Today, Halloween is considered a holiday for dress up and fun, especially for children. But Halloween's original origins can be traced back to the ancient Celtic festival known as Samhain, which was held on November the 1st in contemporary calendars. Not the 31st as it is done in now the Western world, but I'm going to explain that in a minute. It was believed that on that day the souls of the dead returned to their homes. So people dressed in costumes and lit bonfires to ward off spirits. In this way, popular Halloween tropes such as witches, ghosts and goblins became associated with this holiday. In the 7th century CE, Pope Boniface IV created All Saints' Day, originally celebrated on May the 13th. A century later, Pope Gregory III moved the holiday to November the 1st, likely as a Christian substitute for the pagan festival of Samhain. The day before the saintly celebration became known as All Hallows' Eve or Halloween. So this is why Halloween is on the 31st, because it's actually All Hallows' Eve, is the day before All Saints' Day. So it's actually, this is something what happens in a lot of superstitions and Sunday superstitions, which I've explained, is that when paganism and religion has to come together to actually make celebrations work. That's actually the same as Christmas. I'll do a video near Christmas time explaining the origins of Christmas, because it is not all based on Christianity. It's a mixture of paganism and Christianity to keep the celebration going. Anyway, to go back into Halloween, the holiday began in Celtic regions of Ireland, the United Kingdom and France. It quickly spread to other parts of the world. The first American colonists in New England were forbidden to celebrate it for religious reasons, because obviously they mainly were from Catholicism, though it enjoyed some popularity in the southern colonies. By the 1800s, fall festivals, autumn we call it in England, marked the seasonal harvest, incorporated Halloween elements, and Irish immigrants escaping the devastating potato famine brought with them many Halloween traditions that remain today. And this is the other thing, is most people think Halloween is an American celebration. It actually is not. It's a Celtic. It's from the United Kingdom, Ireland and France. And in the United Kingdom, it was very much, until we don't celebrate it, we've only been celebrating it more now in the last 50 years, but before then it wasn't. It was very much come out of our culture. The culture of trick-or-treating, in which Americans dress up in costume and solicit treats from neighbours, became popular in the United States in the early 20th century as Irish and Scottish communities revived the old world custom of guising. That's where the idea is of guising is trick or treat, but it's actually from guising, in which a person would dress in a costume and tell a joke, recite a poem, or perform some other trick in exchange for a piece of fruit or other treat. So again, trick or treating, the idea of giving sweets, wasn't the actual idea of the treat of the sweets has become something later. It was actually always a piece of fruit, usually. By 1950, in America, trick-or-treating for candy had become one of Halloween's most popular activities. Today, Halloween is one of the biggest holidays for candy sales in the United States, or sweet sales, estimated to be more than $3 billion. So Halloween actually was based on a Celtic, what we call Celticism, or we call them, this is actually where a lot of Celtic ideas come from. So the idea of this is something which most people actually forget about Halloween. So the idea of people being afraid of Halloween, and people say the veil is, and then this goes into another thing, then they say that the veil is lower, because the veil is lower in that time, because that's also how we look at the pagan idea of, we have the eclipse, so the eclipse was the 28th this year. So also it's very all in within the same time. The veil isn't any different in Halloween to any other time. It's about how you use it for the correct reasons. But actually, technically, Halloween is on not the 31st. It was originally then put to the 1st, and then it's been changing every so often. But All Saints' Day, which I'm going to explain next, actually is why Halloween has now become on the 31st,